The following is a production of TeamBoydTV.com. The Black and Blue Podcast.
We're rolling hard and we're heading to the house just to get a taste of the Carolina pride. We're rolling. I-95, 77 South. We're rolling hard and we're heading to the house just to get a taste of the Carolina pride. We're rolling.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What is happening? Look at my thing is all jacked up. Alright. So what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Big Q. TeamBoydTV. Turbo. What's going on, everybody? Everybody good? Hey, listen, week one is on. It's a promise, man. Week one is here. You know, while everybody, was kind of like sitting there thinking that everything's sweet, and week one is on us. I see ya, Justin Merkle is always around. He says, "Oh damn, we got one dude from Jets practice squad." Yes, we're gonna talk about that here in a minute. We definitely gonna talk about that. A lot of cool stuff that's been going on. Last minute stuff, with the whole Stephen Hill stuff. We can get into that here momentarily. But you guys can check us out live. You can use the hashtag. Let me pull it up. You can use the hashtag Black and Blue. That's with an N, not an AND. It's an N, Black and Blue. See it on the screen right there. If you guys want to check that out. So that's how we're gonna be getting down. A couple things I want to talk about tonight, man. We're gonna look at this week one matchup that we got going on right here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're going to get into that. But, then at the end of the show, I got some stuff that I want to get off my chest because, I said this in a couple different, like if you guys follow the TeamBoydTV movement, the other night on TeamBoydTV Game Time, we were talking about the Carolina Panthers. And this is what I said in the description. I said, the Carolina Panthers are the most doubted team at the start of the 2014 NFL season. And, and there's been a lot of talk, and I don't know how you guys been handling it. I don't know what y'all been doing. I don't know if you guys are as frustrated as I am at this particular moment. But, we just did TeamBoydTV Live a couple hours ago. And I got berated for the second week in a row on my own show about my Carolina Panthers, man. Nobody except us believes in this team. And, but it's okay, though, because we're gonna take a look at all that stuff, and we're going to find out what's really going on. Because at the end of the day, so at the end of the day, I just turn on the background so I got you, dog. Finally, I think I got it worked out. But at the end of the day, the ones who believe are the ones who going to be smiling come Monday morning. Because I said this on the show a little while ago. Monday morning is going to be a lot of sad people. There's going to be a lot of sad people, and I'm going to be one of the main ones up here talking the most junk. That's going to be me, because I've been saying this since the beginning, since the end of last season, when all this stuff was going on. I was saying, hey, listen, Carolina Panthers ain't what y'all think. I mean, it's a lot of, from the outside, it does look bad. And, and so honestly, maybe I shouldn't be mad at the people who've been saying what they've been saying. But, from the people on ESPN to the people on NFL Network, to the people on YouTube, to the people on Twitter, and everywhere else on Facebook, everybody kind of saying the same old thing. And I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you guys are or as frustrated as I am. I'm at the end of my rope, man. I can't do it no more. I'm saying that's why I cannot wait for Sunday at 4:25. I cannot wait because I don't know. I know. I see something that these pundits and everybody who think they know what they're talking about. I see what they see. I see something that they don't see. And we'll talk about that. We'll get into all of that. But I want to give a shout out to the 49 cents, dude from the 49er, San Francisco 49ers fan base. He was a part of our show earlier today. Had a blast having him on. Had a bunch of 49er fans tweeting us and stuff. It was great. Had a blast. Give a shout out to my boys Glass and JB, always holding things down on TeamBoydTV Live. We had a tremendous show last night on TeamBoydTV Game Time with Vernie B. She made her triumphant return to YouTube and it was awesome. We had a lot of fun. She still was one of the ones who was saying with that stuff about the Carolina Panthers. But it's cool. It's cool because something's gonna have to happen. And I don't know if the performance on Sunday from the Carolina Panthers is gonna be what it takes to shut these people up, or do we have to kind of go and do what everybody's saying that we can't do, and let's go and defend that NFC South crown? I'm in the minority of people who believe that Carolina can get it done. But hey, maybe I'm a homer. Maybe it's because I'm a fan. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. All I know is that I was supposed to do the Black and Blue podcast. It just said they're going. I'm gonna see what you say, Justin. Justin says, it's just they keep going back to the same stuff over and over. They do. And it's funny. That's why, on the last 2 shows that I've done, I kind of put it out there in Front Street, like, hey, this is what it is, blah, blah, blah. What else y'all got? You know what I'm saying? Because what else do they have? You know what I mean? And I understand. It ain't like I'm blind to the fact. I mean, I see what's going on, and we'll start from the beginning. When we come back from the break, we'll start from the very beginning, and we'll talk about this, and as we get ready for Sunday, because Sunday, I know it's a big day for a lot of NFL fans, but for the Carolina Panthers in particular, it's a big day for us because we have been faced with a whole lot of scrutiny. I mean, like from the very, very end of the season in the playoff games at Bank of America Stadium against the San Francisco 49ers, the way that whole thing went down, and it kind of started from there. And, and that's where we're going to start our story when we come back from our break. I want to thank you guys for joining me. And so, this is going to be a pretty opinionated podcast tonight because I think I've been biting my tongue for the last couple of weeks, and it's time to let it loose. It's time to let it loose. So we're going to take our break, and when we come back, we'll start from that playoff game. We'll be right back.
TeamBoydTV Turbo is sponsored by Domain.com. In today's connected world, it's kind of hard to be heard or to get noticed. That's why an online presence is so vital. If you have a brand to promote, relying on social media just doesn't cut it these days. Although social media is a powerful way to build a following, there is nothing like having your own hosted website. That's where Domain.com comes in. Domain.com offers the very best in web hosting services, and with plans starting at just under $4 a month, it's super affordable as well. And now, because you guys are awesome TeamBoydTV Turbo subscribers, you can get yourself a sweet combo deal if you go to TeamBoydTV.com and click the Domain.com button. Once you click the button, you get redirected to the Domain.com promo page, where once you sign up and use the promo code DOMFREE, that's DOMFREE, you can get yourself a free domain name. That's a free website that you can use to build your audience. And Domain.com web hosting is packed with bonus features too. Check this out. All web hosting plans come with $100 Google AdWords bonus, $50 Yahoo/Bing search marketing credit, $50 in Facebook advertising, a free YellowPages.com listing, and get this, a free toll-free phone number if you live in the U.S. And if you're like me and you know nothing about website design, Domain.com even has the awesomely easy drag-and-drop site builder to get you up and running right away. So what are you waiting for? There's no excuse not to get your online presence rolling right now. Remember, go to TeamBoydTV.com, click the Domain.com button, and use the promo code DOMFREE to get your free domain to use for your website today.
All right, welcome back to the Black and Blue Podcast. I'm your host, Big Q, TeamBoydTV Turbo. Hey, listen, you guys want to join the conversation? You can hit me up on Twitter at TeamBoydTV. Use the hashtag Black and Blue with an N and that kind of thing. So listen, man, I feel you, Justin. Justin, he hits me up. He says, "Yeah, we need the crown." I think so. I think that's probably what it's going to end up having to be. You know what I mean? I really believe that's what it's going to have to be. But here's the thing: we got to take it back, right? We got to take it back. We need to go back to where it started, right? And it started at that playoff game. It started at that playoff game, and you could probably go back a little further than that because, we finished the season super strong and everybody was feeling real good about themselves. And I was like, oh yeah, now I'm not going to sit up here and say I thought the Carolina Panthers were going to go to the Super Bowl. I didn't say that. You know what I mean? I didn't say that. And but I was thinking to myself, I forgot to turn my phone off. Let me see. Okay, let's shut this down because I don't want to hear no more sounds like that. There we go. So yeah, I wasn't one of the ones who said, oh, Carolina's going to the Super Bowl. I wasn't saying that. That wasn't me. You know what I mean? But I was just like, oh my goodness. You know, because I remember the season before. And, you know, we showed what the team was becoming the season before. And there's people like the Voice 2525. He was always saying, you know, you guys don't know the Carolina Panthers defense. And he was preaching this stuff. And you know, and it was falling on deaf ears because all people saw was the Carolina Panthers losing all the time. You know, and this was back when, you know, Cam was the Gatorade towel. He made it famous and all that kind of stuff. You know, they played really, really good games. They were in every single game. But for whatever reason, they couldn't get it done. So you fast forward to the 2013 season, and they actually started winning some games. You know, in the beginning of the season, it looked like, oh, this is the same old Carolina Panthers. You know, they hang in the game to the very end of the game. You know, i.e., week 1 against the Seattle Seahawks, and then week 2 against the Buffalo Bills. You know, and then week 3 happened. You know, week 3 happened, and that told a story. Now, if people weren't paying attention, you know, and I actually had the pleasure, me and my family, me and Vernie B and JB and my other brother, we were at that game. And you know, and if you know, if you could feel the energy in the stadium that day, you knew something special was getting ready to happen. And so week 3, that Carolina Panthers defense showed the world, Carolina Panthers are here, man. You know what I'm saying? The Carolina Panthers are here. And that was a turning point. So yeah, the very next week they lost in Arizona, but after that, it was off to the races, right? And so, and the part that's sad about this whole story is that when we got to the playoffs and we did what people had no idea that we were going to be able to do, when we beat those 12 teams, and you know, and we beat you know, the San Francisco 49ers and the New England Patriots and the New Orleans Saints. Come on, man. Nobody had us there. You know what I mean? And the reason why I'm telling the story is this. This is the reason why I'm telling the story. Is because what they're saying right now is what they were saying last year around this time, right? And you know, and so people act like they were surprised. Oh my God, the Carolina Panthers done beat, you know, the New England Patriots. Oh my God, you know, the Carolina Panthers done swept the Atlanta Falcons. Oh my God. You know, the Carolina Panthers done went into San Francisco and beat the San Francisco 49ers. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. It's the truth. And this is the things that a lot of people don't want to talk about. See, why they talking about all the stuff that happened in the offseason and, you know, free agency and this, that, and the third, and Cam's ankle. And, you know, why these are, you know, the sexy things to talk about, you know, are our memories that selective that we forget what just happened a couple months ago? You know, the Carolina Panthers beat the New Orleans Saints, okay? They beat the San Francisco 49ers. They beat the New England Patriots. They beat the hottest teams in the NFL. And y'all act like it's nothing. You know, and that's the issue that I had. You know what I mean? So you know, again, I told that story to prove a point. The point I was trying to make is that we're back in the same position again. You know, don't nobody believe in this team but us. You know, the Carolina Panthers faithful. We're the only ones who really believe in this team. And, you know, sadly, you know, with everything that didn't happen, the Carolina Panthers are going to Raymond James Stadium with all the weight of the world on their backs, right? Because they got so much to prove. This game means so much more to Carolina than it does to Tampa Bay. Now, I understand Tampa Bay want to establish themselves as the new Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And, you know, and I'm going to give them a little bit of credit. You know, the moves that they made in the offseason are pretty impressive, you know. But I just think, you know, it's just those intangibles. It's those intangibles that make the Carolina Panthers such a great team. And this is the reason why I'm such a fan of this team, is because it's not the stuff that you can see in the X's and O's. And it's not the stuff that shows up on the tape. And it's not the stuff that you see in the scouting report. It's something about these players that come together and do the impossible. And Carolina's been known for this. Now, somebody made a video talking about inconsistencies, you know, and how the okay, Cat Chronicles, I see you, bro, on Twitter. I see you, buddy. But yeah. So somebody made a video talking about inconsistencies, right? And they were talking about the only thing that Carolina Panthers were consistent at was being inconsistent. You know, I'm just saying. And I watched the video, and it was very painful to watch. And you know, and it kind of got me upset. It says, Justin says, our defense has some nasty flashes. They just forgot. Yeah, absolutely. They forgot about the defense. That defense is what carried us last year. And believe it or not, and contrary to what a lot of people may say and what you may see on the internet, what you may read in the blogs, and what you may hear on ESPN and on NFL Network, and so on and so forth, that is exactly what's going to carry us this season. And the thing that's really crazy, a lot of people are not really want to talk about, is that yes, Carolina going to have a slow start. We had a slow start last year. You know what I mean? I was hoping that we could have jumped out this year. I was hoping that we'll, because all the moves and stuff, and I saw the veteran wide receivers come in, and I was like, oh, okay, we might be able to jump out and be competitive at the beginning of the season, and not have to struggle so much toward the end. But then, of course, certain things that they're unforeseeable. The stuff that happened in New England with Cam and all that stuff. I mean, you don't plan for these things, right? So we're gonna have to do something different. And that means, we're going to have to go back to the drawing board and do what we do best. And we grind it out. We're a grind it out type of team. We ain't going to go roll up in nobody's stadium and blow them out of their own stadium. We're not going to do that. But what we'll do is we will keep possession of that football, and we will hold it for as long as we possibly can. And we'll move down that field methodically and very slowly. And every once in a while, a big explosive run from Jonathan Stewart or D'Angelo Williams will happen. You know what I mean? And now this year we got some explosiveness maybe coming from Kelvin Benjamin. So this year things were a little bit different. There's a couple of wrinkles in there that a lot of people ain't really want to talk about right now. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of wrinkles in there. True enough, this is not the same Carolina Panthers team from a year ago. And we can't sit there and, say, oh my God, we had the number 2 defense. They're right about that. And, and we were so proud of our team. That's what we like to talk about, because, that's what made us feel good. But at the same time, when you look deeper, if you look into what's really going on here, I think Carolina will roll into Tampa Bay, and the game is going to be slow. If you're looking for a super exciting, game with 100 points being scored and all like that is not the way it's going down. Tampa Bay, they if we look at their side of the football right now, they have to deal with, the Carolina Panthers running back core that is actually immaculate right now. You know what I mean? This will be our first time being able to see all 3 of these guys. And if you want to count a fourth, if you talk about your boy Fozzie Whitaker, a little young up and comer, that's another wrinkle that nobody's talking about. But the real deal is Stewart, Williams, Tolbert. Stewart, Williams, Tolbert. That trio right there is that trio plus the Carolina Panthers' nasty, tenacious defense is what's gonna hold the Carolina Panthers down until about week 6 or week 7, where the offense really kind of gets a chance to pick up. Because I'm gonna tell you, after I read this comment. So Justin says, mainly leaning more on Luke than we did last year on defense. It's becoming hot material. Yeah, I give you that. But when this offense gets it, when they finally come together, and I'm telling you, it's going to be a magical, beautiful, it's going to be so awesome to see. Cam is completely healed, and the ankle done loosened up, and he can kind of bounce around and do the Cam Newton thing. We get Kelvin Benjamin acclimated to playing in the NFL. These veterans kind of step up and kind of develop some chemistry with Cam. It's going to take a little while. We were behind the 8 ball because of Cam's surgery. And everybody know this, you know what I mean? That's why everybody can say what they say and say it so proudly and so confidently, like, oh my God, that quarterback is hurt. And then with the whole ribs thing, it makes it easier to say stuff like that. You know what I mean? And and to the people's credit, it makes a lot of sense. But people who know the Carolina Panthers also know that's not going to stop this team from doing anything that they want to do. You know what I mean? If they want to go into Raymond James Stadium and handle business, they will. And I believe they will. I think it's going to be a very slow game. I think the game is going to be one of those drag out kind of games, because we already know Tampa Bay ain't scoring no more than 15 points. If they score that many, we know this from Jump Street. They're not going to outscore us. And it's just a matter of how do we get our points. JB made a reference earlier tonight on TeamBoydTV Live. He wants to see us get more familiar and more comfortable with one Graham Gano. Like we won't give him enough props as it is, but Graham Gano is the man. But yeah, he's gonna play a big role in this game. Graham Gano's gonna play a big role in this game. Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams and Mike Tolbert gonna play huge roles in this game. The Carolina Panthers defense, this is their time to really, really set the tone and set the pace. I see Star Luke, Hardy, Johnson. I see them boys. I mean, coming out of this game at least with 2 or 3 sacks. I'm gonna say 3 because now I did see, like I said, I was at the game and that's how many sacks they got on Eli Manning. But I don't think a Lovie Smith led football team would allow that many sacks. But 3, I think it's a good, nice little number to go after. You know what I mean? But hey, you never know. One dude might get 3. You know what I mean? You never know, right? You never know. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will show up, and like I said, they have their own agenda. We got an agenda, and they got their own agenda. It's completely different than our agenda, and their agenda is to become relevant again. And that was kind of our mission last year, and that's what Rivera was talking about over and over and over and again. It's like, we need to be, you guys want to be relevant, let's be relevant. And that was his speech, and I'm telling you, that's exactly what Lovie is telling the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as we speak. That's what he's saying to them, because. Come on, man. This team been getting swept year in and year out for the last 3 years. I mean, they've been getting swept by everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get absolutely zero respect from the other teams in the NFC South. Nobody respects the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They just don't. And I understand that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were a great franchise that had one little moment in history. Because, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans, and I still don't understand how you can be a fan of this team when this team was so bad for so long, and then they got hot and they won the Super Bowl, and then they fell off again. You know what I mean? But people are still like, oh my God, Tampa Bay is the jump off. Okay. You know what I mean? They're talking about our quarterback. Let's talk about their quarterback for a minute. So yeah, our quarterback is hobbled. He's a little injured. He's probably going to wear the super, Kevlar style robotic RoboCop looking vest thing. He's probably going to have some nice protection on him. He's not going to be the Cam that we know and love. And if you guys want to see a thrilling Cam Newton display in this game, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? But he'll be there. So a lot of people talking about, Cam is not going to be. He missed practice, the other day. No, Cam's going to be there. And Cam's going to be suited up. And Cam is going to be under center. Ain't nothing going to stop that dude from doing that. And he's going to make an impact on that game. Because yeah, they're gonna be game planning for Cam, and and they need to do that, because if they feel like, oh my God, Cam is injured, we just need to lock down they one wide receiver that they like to throw the ball to and concentrate on the running game. Cam will hurt him. I'm telling you, right? So I actually got some stuff here that I saw, and we was talking about Stephen Hill, and I and at first, like, when the rumors mill started flowing the other day, I was like, I don't know, man, it's just a little late and stuff. I mean, like, why are we talking about, the picking up wide receivers and stuff? I mean, I thought we were good. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. We let Underwood go, and, McNutt and all of them stuff. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, well, but then this dude, Stephen Hill, just kind of pops up. And he's just like sitting there doing nothing. Let's get him. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and grab him. So here's the story. It says the Carolina Panthers signed free agent wideout Stephen Hill to their practice squad on Tuesday, a day after they worked out the former second-round pick of the New York Jets. Panthers coach Ron Rivera indicated Monday that the team didn't plan to sign Hill immediately, but the Panthers must thank Hill, who struggled with drop passes throughout his 2-year tenure in New York, can potentially give them a deep threat that they've lacked since Ted Ginn Jr. signed with Arizona during the offseason. Ted Ginn. Ooh, I got something to say about you. To make room for Hill on the practice squad, the Panthers released former Appalachian State linebacker DJ Smith. Hill was the Jets' second-round pick in 2012, former Georgia Tech standout, with a good size, 6'4", and speed, timed at 4.36. But he was waived Saturday during the Jets' final roster cuts after 2 most disappointing seasons. According to Pro Football Focus, he caught 37.5% of the passes thrown in his direction in 2013, which ranked 100th among 111 wideouts. Wow. And we went after him? Okay. As a rookie, Hill was the 102nd out of 105 receivers with a catch percentage of 45.7. Hill finished with 45 receptions for 594 yards, 4 touchdowns over 23 games with the Jets. He's another piece for a Panthers receiving group that was completely overhauled during the offseason, and Steve Smith was released and 3 other wideouts left via free agency. He also has a tie to the Panthers receiver coach Ricky Prohl. His agent, Alan Herman, represented Prohl during Prohl's playing career. Yeah. And Hill, 23, is 2 months younger than Kelvin Benjamin. Wow. Seriously? The Panthers' first-round pick, who was clear number 1 wideout during the preseason. Veterans Jason Avant and Jericho Crabtree are possession receivers, and there is concern among some in the organization that Benjamin will face a barrage of double coverage without another fast wideout to stretch the field. The Panthers signed Taquan Underwood with that in mind during the offseason, but Underwood was released during the first round of cuts after an inconsistent showing at the OTAs and training camp. Okay. So what do you guys think? How y'all guys feel about this? You guys like the Stephen Hill pickup to the practice squad? Y'all think that's a good look? Y'all think that? I mean, I don't know. But it makes perfect sense though, because Kelvin Benjamin, they gonna come at him really, really hard. They gonna come at him so hard. They're gonna, basically every team that Carolina faces, they're gonna be looking. We need to take Benjamin away right off the bat. You know what I mean? Right off the bat. What you say, Justin? Justin says Hardy got to play this year with an aggressive attitude because he might be out 6 months next year. Yeah, if he's still a Panther next year, but that's a whole different conversation for a whole other time. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just saying, there's some stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, I'm a Greg Hardy. I'm a Greg Hardy fan. I've met Greg Hardy a couple different times. I like the dude. It's just things didn't really work out the way they're supposed to. You gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful out there. You do. And that kind of. But but that's next year. We ain't worrying about that right now. You know what I'm saying? We ain't worrying about that right now. We need to take care of business this season. And for Greg Hardy, he will be playing with a chip on his shoulder regardless, because he knows that there is a chance that he may not get that deal that he's looking for, especially after the whole incident. And why keep him on the roster if we end up getting suspended for 6 games anyway? You know what I mean? So it just don't make a lot of sense. To me, it seems like Hardy will need to be playing for another job somewhere else, or trying to convince the Carolina Brass to keep him around. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But either way, he will be playing with a newfound fury, because he got a lot of his back is against the wall. So he really got a lot to prove. So I'm looking for big things from Mr. Greg Hardy this season, whether he's a Panther next season or not. If Ricky can help him, yeah. So yeah, if with that, I think the whole pickup of the Stephen Hill guy. I mean, size is he got a nice size, nice speed. I don't know what his problem was in New York. I don't know, but then again, maybe I do know what his problem was in New York. His problem was probably Mark Sanchez and then Geno Smith. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. It could possibly have been what it was. I'm just saying. I don't know. Sometimes wide receivers get a bad rap because they play under bad quarterbacks. I'm just saying, and that kind of thing. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was we'll talk about that when I come back from the break. So we're gonna take the break, and then we'll talk about the game plan that I think the Carolina should go into this game with, and we'll talk about that. And then we'll wrap the show up with a little thoughts that I got on some stuff, how I'm feeling. And then, we'll be ready for Sunday. Everything will be said, everything will be done. All the talk will be over. It'll be time to put the pads on and go to work. You know what I mean? So we're going to do that. We'll take the social media break. When we come back, we will discuss the game plan. And then, we'll do it that way. We'll be right back.
Get social with TeamBoydTV. Like our Facebook page and join us every Sunday during the regular season for the TeamBoydTV Facebook halftime show. You can also follow us on Twitter at TeamBoydTV and at VernieB73. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at TeamBoydTV Turbo for all of our live shows, podcasts, among other things. Be sure to check out our Google Plus page for real-time status update and overall community discussion. TeamBoydTV is also on Instagram, Spreaker, and iTunes. Once again, thank you for watching TeamBoydTV.
And welcome back to the Black and Blue Podcast. Welcome back to the Black and Blue Podcast. Hey, listen, this is what I want to happen. And I would be so happy as a Carolina Panthers fan if I saw this go down, right? If I saw, and this is kind of what I want, I need Cam Newton to show up, for his team. I need him to be there, and I need him to at least come out to try to play. And from what the reports, in fact, let's look at that before we talk about this game plan, because I read this and I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. So Cam was talking about, people were talking about how he missed practice and whatnot. Say, Cam, this is a tweet from Ron Rivera, Carolina Panthers. Ron Rivera says quarterback Cam Newton looked good. He threw more passes than we expected today. Newton had a big workout yesterday as well. Cam Newton threw 25 passes when the team evaluated him this weekend. A little soreness, but not a lot, Rivera said. And then as we get close to the end, it says Rivera says he still expects Newton to start against Tampa. And he says, Rivera says a lot of Newton not practicing today had to do with the way he felt. Injury report says Cam Newton did not participate in practice. Rivera says no setback, just done a lot of work. So look, the problem is that he's a little sore, going through some stuff. The ribs is a big deal, right? Ain't no need to try to mask that. The ribs are a pretty big deal. But I think Cam is a tough dude, and Cam's gonna come out there, and this first game. It's kind of going to be the thing that Carolina needs to, even if they drop the next two, which they won't, because when they come home to face the Lions, that's going to be a completely different situation. But anyway, that's next week. So this week, this is what needs to happen. The Carolina Panthers need to come out and establish themselves as they're let the people know that they are not tucking their tails because of what happened in the offseason. That's the first thing they need to do, and show people that they are very, very tough. And our quarterback is a little hobbled, but we got his back. And his teammates need to have his back. That offensive line needs to protect Cam Newton. That's priority number one. Cam Newton can't be touched. Can't be touched. We don't need him to fall down. Unless he want to get crazy and try to run and stuff, which I doubt he would do. Because of the ribs and stuff. So we're going to see a lot more of Cam in the pocket. I don't know how many passes that I think he would throw. I don't think he'd be throwing a whole lot, because if you're throwing a lot, that means you kind of hurt your ribs even more. We're going to see a lot from the running back. Carolina's going to be leaning on them hard. Maybe some dump off passes to D'Angelo Williams and things like that. A couple shots down the field once or twice, just to let everybody know that Kelvin Benjamin is a threat. That kind of stuff. But this is what I want to see. I want to see, and these are it's like a little checklist of things that I want to see happen in this game, so I can be satisfied. Number one, Cam has to play in this game, right? Cam has to show up. I need him to be there. He has to be there. To make people let people see that he still came out there. The number two thing is Cam Newton must throw a touchdown pass. I don't care who it goes to. You know what I mean? I don't care who the touchdown pass goes to, but it can't. He needs to throw at least one touchdown pass, and the reason for that is because of the wide receiver situation. I mean, people, Cam ain't got nobody to throw to. Cam has no wide receivers. That kind of thing. I would personally like to see somebody like Ivana Kotchery get the touchdown. I would love to see that. You know what I mean? But Cam has to throw a touchdown pass in this game. He has to. Now, if he throws two, because the third thing is Kelvin Benjamin has to score in this game, just to let people. That's another thing, people. Because we've been talking about Kelvin Benjamin since the draft. And Kelvin Benjamin needs to score in this game. He does. It has to happen. So we need Cam to show up. We need Cam to throw at least one touchdown pass. Kelvin Benjamin needs to score a touchdown. The running game has to be potent, and Cam cannot be pressured. So, and those are the things. If I see those things in a game, I know that the game will be close, and I know that the defense are going to do what the defense does. I'm not worried about the whole deep threat from Tampa Bay. They got some speedsters. They got some stuff. How is it? No, it seems pretty low to me. You sure about that, Justin? You sure about that, bro? You sure about that? Oh yeah. So yeah, so if those things happen, if those things go down the way that I want them to go down, I think we'll all be happy. You know what I mean? If they win, by a field goal, I will take it, and I'll be happy on Monday morning. And that's at the end of the day, that's what it's really about. And also what happens on Monday is a lot of these Tampa Bay Buccaneers people, which is, I'm just amazed at what I hear come out of their mouths anyway. But these Tampa Bay people can take that L. And it'd be interesting to see how they rebound from it. Because look, dude, you just got beat by the very same team who you said didn't have no wide receivers. You just got beat by the very same team that you said quarterback just had ankle surgery. You just got beat by the very same team whose quarterback got broken ribs. You just got beat by the very same team, who has no chemistry on the offense. You just got beat by the team with no offensive line. You just got beat by a team with no secondary. And I want to see how that plays out. You know what I mean? So that is gonna be the thing. That's gonna be the thing that makes me super, super happy. It's one thing to watch the Carolina Panthers win, but it's always a really, really good thing to go on the internet the next day, and watch all this stuff go down. Now, on the flip side, in the event that our Carolina Panthers don't get it done, I'm fully confident. I want that to be clear, right? I'm fully confident that they will get it done. But in the event that they don't, you know what I mean? I need the Carolina Panthers to have to put up a very good showing. It is one of them things that is very imperative to the growth of this team for the season going forward. Now, listen, we lost the first 2 games last season. It wasn't a big deal, and all that kind of stuff. But in the event that they do lose, they can't, look, we can't go down there and get blown out. We can't go down there getting Cam and you're putting them in more danger than he already is. Force him to sit out longer than than he would have needed to sit out. Things like that can't happen. And so like in the event that we do lose, Cam needs to come out of this thing unscathed. So the offensive line still need to do their job. In the event that we lose this game, the score can't be more than, I don't know, like they can't beat us by more than a field goal. Anything more than that is unacceptable in my book. With the type of defense that we have, I don't know why. I don't know why that's the case, Justin. I don't know what's going on with that. Cause I barely had that thing on. It's barely up. I don't know. So we'll turn it down just a little bit. All right. So get me on track. Oh yeah. So yeah, in the event that we do lose the game, the point still has to be made. The statement needs to still be made. The Carolina Panthers are here to actually do this work. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to. Look. I think since we're gonna have a slow start to the season, we're gonna drop a game or 2 or 3 here in the first 4 or 5 weeks. And we need to understand that. We need to understand that, the way our team is set up right now and the situation with our quarterback, we're not going to win them all. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to win them all. We plan, like our schedule, I think overall looks, I like the schedule. I think this is, I would take the schedule this year versus the schedule we had last year or the year before that any day. But, there's still some teams in there that are pretty tough. The Cincinnati Bengals are a very tough team. The Baltimore Ravens are a very tough team. The Green Bay Packers, that's a tough team. And you still got the Saints in there. So, this first stretch, we just need to survive. You know what I mean? We need to survive, and we need to see if we can get our quarterback healthy. We need to get our offense clicking. And that's what this first game is going to be about. But I'm fully confident that our boys will get it done. You know what I'm saying? I'm fully confident that the boys will get it done, and that kind of thing. So listen, I know you guys are excited because I'm excited too. I cannot wait to watch this game. This game is going to be awesome. Even though I think it's still going to be a slow game. I think it's going to be really slow, real slow. It's a real close game. I'm predicting the score of, Carolina, 19 or 21 to, Tampa's 9 or 12. You know what I'm saying? Carolina, narrowly getting out of there. But that's all we need. That's all we're asking for. You know what I mean? That's it. So it's good. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for checking me out on the Black and Blue podcast. But let me say this before I go, because last week, I was supposed to give you guys my final off-season Black and Blue podcast, where it was going to be a bunch of rah-rah, let's get hype, let's get, this, that, and the third. And I was feeling good because, after what happened in New England, Carolina Panthers, were able to kind of, and that last preseason game was just, it was brutal to watch anyway. But it was more on, seeing stuff like, Burson and some of the other younger guys and seeing what they could do. But during that time, I let myself get caught up. So I was, ended up watching some stuff. and listen to some things. And, you know, when I saw some stuff on TV, and I got so kind of caught up in it that whenever I tried to get myself in podcast mode, I couldn't concentrate. You know what I mean? I couldn't do it because I was too upset about the stuff that I had heard. And, you know, and the things that people are saying about our football team, you know, and granted, they have the right to say what they want to say. You know, just like I can sit here and say what I want to say about the Bucks or the 49ers or whoever. You know what I mean? It's just that I personally got upset because, you know, this is my team. And I feel like, you know, these guys don't know my team like I know my team. But yet and still, everybody who, you know, who got a cell phone camera or whatever sat there and said the same stuff. You know, no wide receivers, Cam's hurt, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So I got upset about it. You know what I mean? So I just want to say this. When the Carolina Panthers win this game, you probably want to check my tweets. You're probably going to want to check my YouTube channel. I'm going to have some things to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have some things to say. And you know, and I'm going to get it, I'm going to say it all, get it all out. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. And I will check you guys out this weekend because we will be doing the Facebook halftime show. So you know, you might get to see me talk a little bit of junk early because our game is at 4:25. So the Facebook halftime show comes on at 7:30. So right after that game is over, we'll probably pop on Facebook for about 20 minutes. And we'll be doing that on Facebook. So if you didn't follow TeamBoydTV on Facebook, the site is www.facebook.com/TeamBoydTV official. We will be doing the little Facebook halftime show. We'll pop on there for about 20 minutes. We'll talk about the game, and we'll get off and we'll get ready for the Sunday night primetime game and that kind of stuff. So until Sunday, man, yo guys, take it easy. I'm your boy Big Q, and this is the Black and Blue Podcast. Y'all take it easy. Peace.